Hey everybody, thank you so much for connecting with us today. Welcome to Wake Up to Jesus. My name is Lincoln.
And my name is Nkosi. So we have been running a theme called Back to Basics, which we finished last week. And we are starting a new theme today called In His Presence.
Yes. Look, I'm excited about this theme because I think we have seen the benefits of being in His presence.
Yeah.
And today we want to speak about a certain aspect of being in His presence.
Yeah.
And that is when God sees unity.
Yeah.
There's something that happens when God sees unity. And if you remember, early on in our marriage, we struggled with that aspect of being in His presence united
together. I mean, we could pray in church, we could pray with friends, we could pray, individually.
Yeah.
But us coming together to say, all right, babes, let's sit down, let's take time to pray together, let's be united on this. And even when the kids came, it became even more apparent the need for us to be united. So this is a journey that we are walking.
Yep.
We have been walking, but we have seen just the benefits of being united and seeking the presence of God together.
Exactly. So today we want to look at two stories that speak of unity, but we want you to see the same result that comes as a result of these two stories. So the first story is found in the book of Genesis chapter 11.
Yeah.
It's the story of the Tower of
Babel,
however you want to say it, depending on where you grew up. So Babel.
Yeah.
Okay, and the story goes like this. Basically, it says men came together and they said, we're going to build ourselves a tower. Again, they said ourselves. They were focusing on themselves. They said, we're going to build ourselves this tower. And basically what they were actually doing was building an altar.
Right.
And they started building. It says they were in one language, in one voice. And it says they came together and they started doing this. And they were building. It says they began to put brick upon brick. And it says God looked down from heaven. And it says He saw them and He said this in it. He said, if I don't come down, what these men have purposed to do, they will accomplish.
Yeah.
Because they were speaking one voice, they were in one language. Yeah. And it says God came down because He saw people who were united. And He says He had to disrupt their language, because He said, if I don't disrupt their language, what they have set out to do in unity, they will accomplish. But what we want you to see in the story is that God Himself had to come down.
Yeah, because He saw unity.
Yeah.
And the other story that we want to make reference to is in Acts 3.
Yeah.
And this is when the disciples are in the upper room. The Bible says they were together, they were praying, they were praising God, they were in one language, in one accord. And it says that the Spirit of God came down as they were united, praying and seeking God together. The presence of God came.
That's it. So two stories. One, they're building building their own thing. The other story, we see disciples who've come together, and God, in both aspects, both stories, because there was unity, God Himself came down. And so today we started looking at that, and we started just talking amongst ourselves to say, one of the things that the enemy will always fight, whether it's in marriage, whether it's in business, partnerships, whether it's with friends, whatever it is, he'll always fight you in the area of unity. Because as the Bible says, God commands a blessing when there is unity. He says God manifests Himself. He says when two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in this midst. So God always manifests where there is unity.
And the interesting thing is our pastors have been teaching us this. They have been talking about the importance of corporate worship, of coming together, of being united, rather than just going out there and doing your own thing by yourself, but just that the blessing and the power of God is available to us when we come together in unity.
So there is a blessing for you and I in corporateness. When God sees unity, He manifests Himself. And if you want to see God manifest Himself in your family, in your home, in your business, wherever it is, in your school, begin to exhibit the aspect of unity, because God will always manifest. So today, as we leave you, we want to encourage you, continue to pursue God. We are excited. We are looking forward to sharing with you throughout this rest of this month on this particular theme, in His presence. And you know what? We don't want this to just be a theme. We want it to be something that you begin to experience and begin to see the fruit of. So, as we close, remember what Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14 says. It says this: you and I are the light of the world. We are a city that is set high upon a hill that cannot and will not be hidden.
So remember to keep shining, because you are the light. God bless you.